All right, so we're back. So welcome back to Delta Green Impossible Landscapes with Greenbox Gaming. It is me, Joe, the handler, and I'm joined by my friends Brad playing Hank Ellis, Dace playing Benji, and Jean
Oh boy.
Jean playing Benedict. We are just coming back from our break, our mid-recording break. And so far, these guys are right in the middle of doing their investigation into the odd going on with Abigail Wright's disappearance and the unnatural. They've encountered a little bit more strangeness. Talking to some of the neighbors seems to really go nowhere, but they found some very strange paintings in the basement of the Macallistar Building, which lead them to believe that seem to depict things that have only happened very recently in the last day. Um, Bennington has gone home and given a little emotional abuse to his PA for basically doing his job. And Benji has made it home and was able to. Oh, and also it's worth saying that Benedict took home a painting with him, a blank
The
canvas
best
that was
painting.
marked as my greatest work from this uh, basement studio. Benji went home and received a call from one of his buddy Skylar, his one of his friends from college, his fraternity brothers, who wants him to come out partying with him tomorrow night. It's Friday night coming up. It's tomorrow. Um, Old Hank Ellis, he went while they were in the basement, found a floppy disk and found some pretty disturbing things. He's found it looks to be Roger Calhoun has been writing a story called Night Floors, and an odd story that seems to reference the federal agents, who again were only present in the building as of today. So, you guys all went home. And also Hank Ellis also missed a meeting with his son, one of his bonds. So,
I exchanged the information, I suppose, for that
yes, and you're supposed to be going
little
somewhere in
tick
the morning.
against my.
So, that being said, it is 9 o'clock in the morning in New York, 1995. It is Friday. I believe it's August 11th, 1995 on a Friday. You guys all get up and tell me what it is that you are going to do.
Um, how do we reconvene? How do we even reach each other?
We probably would tell each other to meet in that like abandoned apartment first thing
Right.
tomorrow. I would
You
Oh
guys
imagine.
yeah,
have the
our,
burn site or the abandoned apartment that's kind of like serves as your HQ, and canonically it is the physical location of the evidence board that you guys have,
Hmm.
which is literally on the wall that you guys are putting up.
Hmm. Neat.
So we'll say
Well,
that I don't know. I will. I don't mind you guys retroactively saying we agreed to meet at this time.
that's all I would want to do.
yeah. Um, Benji makes sure to put out some milk for breakfast to the neighborhood cat as he leaves his tenement building.
What time is it? 9 in the morning.
Say that again.
Is it 9 in the morning?
Yeah, we'll say it's about 9.
Okay, I think Benedict will try go past the office. He will intentionally make everybody else wait and rather go past the office to deal with Jeremy, to like pop his head in and make as if he's doing some work, but only be there for now.
Okay. You go by the office of the New York Post. Um, you have a small but respectable guest like office that they have given you as the editor in chief of, a they're kind of treating you like a foreign diplomat kind of in the world of journalism. So it's like, the office is nice, not that nice, but it's nice enough. Probably nicer than your apartment, really, in a lot of ways.
Very much.
Jeremy is sitting there at his tiny desk right outside your office door. He sees.
So he's a burly man, and he comes up behind him. He goes, slaps him on the back like really hard, but as a burly man would, but in a kind of aggressive way. He's like, Jeremy, up early, aren't we? Early bird catches the word, am I right?
Mr. You said I had to be here at 6, Mr. Farthington.
As you should. And I was waiting for you. I was waiting outside.
Oh.
I went and got some coffee. I did my laundry. I tended to Magpie. I did some phone calls. Jeremy, what have you done so far this morning?
Oh, I have, and he's looking. There's papers all over his desk. He's got something pulled up on his computer. Like, he's obviously been very busy, but he's so nervous and intimidated by you that he just can't. He's like, I did.
It's okay. It's okay. That's all right. Start small, son. Start small. Benedict is a very chipper person in the morning, for no apparent reason, and he slept a full 9 hours.
Right. All right. Yeah. So, are you going to pop into anyone else, or just harass Jeremy a little bit?
Just harass Jeremy. Jeremy, did you send that note we discussed yesterday about the story in the park with beggars?
Oh,
Halloween?
yes, I did. I faxed it over.
Excellent. Good. I think that's the most pressing thing. Otherwise, carry on. We get all those things. Did you get my post? God's sake, did you get my post?
It hasn't been delivered yet. It's still 9, and I'll go right now. And he gets up before you have time to explode on him, and scurries off.
And then he's cool. Then that's a day in the life of Benedict.
Down the hallway, like the New York Post editor-in-chief is standing there with a cup of coffee, like watching this exchange, and just kind of nods at you, like, yeah.
Philip.
Yep.
And then he walks out.
Benedict, and he turns and yells at his PA.
Oh my god.
Awful.
All right. What about? So Benji just puts out some milk for breakfast, and heads out.
Yep. Yeah. I guess I could roleplay going in to teach a class on blues music at Juilliard or something.
Well, what time?
Probably
Well, that
just get
class
back
probably
on the
would
investment.
start at 9, and it would be probably an undergrad class, so it'd last at least an hour. If that's the Friday class
Yeah.
you're teaching. And so you're going to teach in your undergrad class for an hour, and then try to make it there by what time? By
10:30.
Okay.
Take the L train.
All right. What about Hank? Now Hank stayed up pretty late, and also now has a meeting at 11.
Do you want to do the meeting before we all meet up?
Well, I would say that my question to you is, are you gonna go in as soon as you can, or are you?
Yeah, I imagine he would wake up, obviously, like looking around. His alarm clock didn't go off. He's like, had bad dreams all night about this crazy shit he just read. And he's like, oh shit, and then he like jumbles up and gets
You
his
know
shit
what?
on.
Because you said that.
Oh, what?
Because you said that.
Uh-oh.
Make me a luck roll.
Too much flavor, Brad.
Make
Make
a
a
luck
what?
roll. It's just a D100 roll. You want below 50.
Okay,
Below
D100.
50 is lucky.
Uh-oh.
So remember how you said
That's
your
not
alarm clock didn't go off?
Okay.
You stayed up pretty late,
Oh, no.
and you got real cozy. You don't wake up till like 10 minutes till 11.
Oh my god.
Shit.
Damn it, Hank.
I mean, so Hank is like torn. He's like, I gotta get this information to the boys, but I also gotta meet John. It's like, he tries to make it as fast as he can over to John's to sign the paper.
Okay. you get to a small law practice that's like in like like a building where all the offices are leased by law practices. You like burst through the doors and there's like like a young paralegal sitting there. She's sitting at her desk with a phone to her ear, and there, sitting with his elbows on his knees, leaning forward, and just glares up at you, is John.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, son. It was a long night last night.
He stands
you know,
up. He's just shaking his head, doesn't say anything. He has a stack of papers in his hands, and they have like the little tabs on them, like the sign here tabs. And he just slaps it on the desk. And just stares at you. He doesn't say anything.
Damn.
Hank's ashamed by not being to the meeting on time and signs it. Says, I'm sorry, John. You're going to be in town for a while. Let me make it up to you. Let's have dinner tonight or something. You pick the restaurant. Where do you want to eat?
Hank, I'm really not here. This isn't the time to reconnect. I mean, per usual, you're completely absent or barely available at all. Not sure why I'm surprised. I guess catching fugitives is more important than everything, right? That's the most important thing in the world, being a U.S. Marshal and saving the fucking world. John's not usually like this, but his mother did just die. Your relationship with John is not great, but he's like, and he takes the papers, he slides them to the paralegal. He's like here, and he just kind of puts on his jacket, and he looks tired. He looks exhausted. He has bags under his eyes, like his hair's like barely combed. I mean, he looks rough. He's like, yeah. And he just walks out. He leaves.
Damn. Well, I guess that's the consequence of staying up late last night. Hank's obviously sad, and still waking up, and heads to the burn site.
So you get there around probably 11:30. Benji probably is the first one there. I have no idea how long Benedict decides to meander around. Does Benedict wait till he sees the other two go in to approach?
Yeah. He's awkward like that.
I tell them everything about last night.
Do you tell us about the description and the story, or about our description?
The night floor story, how it involved everyone and mentioned us, and the whole detail about the only single letter on each story, and the sentence, and where I've heard that sentence before.
Well, I knew that twerp was up to no good.
So yeah.
I don't know about you fellas, but I think I originally just did not like Thomas, but now it's looking to be something strange going on with these characters. I don't know what exactly, but there's something strange going on. How in the world would they have written this right before we pulled up? It could be coincidence, but in my line of work, there are no coincidences. What do you fellas think we should be doing? We can go back there. There must have been some secret rooms in that bottom floor, something going on. And who is Sam?
I think we ought to talk to this Roger and really rake him over the coals.
At the very least, we should do that.
Benedict cracks his thumbs.
Do we have any other leads? I can't think of one for the life of me.
We still need to know the Sammy, what exactly this sentence means, and ours go at some from some text. Um, we need to know who the super and the Mr. Custodian is. There's some characters we don't know about, and Mark. But out of everyone in the building, we definitely have Roger pinned on this. We've caught him dead in the act of writing down information that he did not disclose to us.
Maybe we could swing by the library on the way back to the Macallistar Building and investigate this Ars Goetia.
I would not
Good idea.
oppose that idea if we want to do that. I also want to hand. Can I give them some equipment?
Yeah, I'm gonna say that it's gonna be relatively easy for you to get a hold of, like, I mean, it's not tactical equipment. I mean, like, hell, like even a.
I want to give them at least like what's it called? Handcuffs. And can I give each of them like a pistol?
They have pistols. They were a part of, like, basically the kit that you guys got from Agent Marcus. But they have like the basic. They have like a badge. They have credentials that are, real enough to pass muster in most situations. I would say you guys probably have handcuffs. If you guys are, if you want to grab some U.S. Marshal or federal agent, like windbreakers or something to make yourself a little more official. I'm gonna say that's not gonna be a stretch for.
Also want to give them like, can we pick up some pepper spray or tasers for a non-lethal?
Yeah, I think that would be typical of the kind of equipment that you would have. Actually, let's do this. Let's actually use the game mechanics for this kind of thing then. So if that's what you want to do, then I'm gonna need you're gonna request it. If you request those kind of things, you're gonna need to contact your people at the Marshal Service or even Agent Marcus, if you want, to see if you can get that kind of stuff.
Probably
If there's anything,
Go ahead.
if there's anything I've learned in our past playthroughs of Delta Green, specifically in Stick Again, there is no tool handier than an angle grinder in this setting. There's nothing you can't get into if you have an angle grinder and enough time.
Hard to be stealthy about it.
Benji wouldn't.
We'll do this.
Yeah,
and
definitely. Benji wouldn't know that, but Hank, being a man of means and having some experience, might know that.
And I think, like, if I have to roll, Joe, could I get like an easy roll by saying that, like, the Marshal has U.S. Marshal has the ability to like deputize a citizen.
Well, these guys are technically federal agents. Like, it's.
I know. That would go higher up, but I'm just saying, if I go to the Marshal Service and I say need this equipment, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It's not going to be hard. I'm going to say that you're like. So let's get some type of roll. If you want to do like a bureaucracy or charisma test or something like that, and give yourself a plus 40 because what you're requesting is very typical. It's very low key.
Okay.
And please get me a crowbar too. Thank you very much.
Yes, I surely will. All right. Success.
Yep.
Okay.
28 under.
Cool.
I guess it would be 80, really. So yeah, not a problem. Like, you are able to, if you want to basically make a stop at the U.S. Marshal's office, you can make a stop, or take these guys with you if you want, because they're technically badge carrying agents, and no one's really going to ask a bunch of questions. And you're well known enough that you're able to get some basic stuff. You're able to get, a basic tool kit, which has things like a crowbar and stuff like that. You're able to get some.
Angle grinder?
No angle grinder.
Sure.
Crowbar.
I will.
Hey,
I do want to.
think you can snag me one of them AK-47s like from Rainbow?
They say no. They say no. You've got your
I do want
What?
them to have a tactical radio as well.
Okay,
That's
like a
cool.
radio.
In case we get
They
spotted.
have radios. Yeah, you can
Yeah.
you can grab some radios. That's
Smart.
normal kind of stuff. You can requisition these kind of things. That's not a big deal. And no one's gonna look hard at this. It's like, and when you go in, actually roll me a luck roll real quick.
Damn, I just exited. Okay, hold on.
So you want below 50.
Yeah.
All right, 55.
Damn.
55 over 50. That's unlucky.
Damn.
It does not go unnoticed that Hank Ellis is apparently working with the FBI on some case. We'll deal with that later, though.
Okay.
So you guys,
We also bring a black light.
a black light?
Oh, yeah.
Black light.
Sure, you can have a black
A
light. Somebody
black
write this
light,
stuff
okay.
down, too. I'm not writing it down for you. Okay, last call for shit you want to get. It needs to be fall within the realm of basic equipment that police officers or federal agents might use.
Maybe a
Thank
fingerprint dusting kit?
Okay, fingerprint kit, it's fine. There's probably stuff like that too with the FBI equipment that you have. It's probably not unusual that you might already have that with other stuff. So
and a rail gun.
and a rail gun.
Is that
Standard
the
issue.
type mounted on a battleship?
It's a battleship-mounted nuclear
Portable.
reactor-reliant rail gun. That should be fine.
Okay, cool.
Alright.
All right.
All right,
we're
so
ready.
you guys are heading back to the Macallistar Building. Like, what are you doing?
Swing by the library
Library.
and then Macallistar Building.
He wants to
Yeah,
look up something
to-
about the Eris Goyeta. Or try to find something about that.
Or maybe if we can look up like a rare bookstore or something.
Okay. If you want to roll me, what do you think you would utilize to find a rare bookstore? What skill?
Well,
No,
okay.
Benedict would know. He's art 60 journalism.
Benedict has
he'll
Art
know.
60 journalism. He might know.
Nice.
He'll definitely know. So that's a 100%.
Wow, that is a 100%
over 60
over
fumble.
60. That is the worst fumble you can get. Benedict,
Is that a crit?
that's a crit fail for knowing where
Yeah.
to find this. Benedict has no idea.
He pretty much takes us to a strip club.
You guys,
This is where it was last.
you guys,
time.
I swear to God, there was a bookstore
That's-
there.
I'm sure this was a bookstore.
Do a check, John, so for the so you can increase it next time.
Yeah, make a check on everything
Uh,
you fail.
Thank you.
Which do you think
Can I
would
get
be
2
more
checks because
applicable?
it was critically shit?
Say again.
Which do you think would be more applicable, anthropology or occult, to find a rare bookstore?
What about intelligence? What about just an intelligence roll?
Ew.
I think that's more appropriate. 75, or sorry, 90 over 75.
90 over 70.
Failure. You guys don't seem to have any luck finding any rare bookstores. Now, that doesn't mean you.
We have to look into that in some capacity because that was a crazy roll.
Right.
I don't,
Yeah.
So
we have to at some point look at.
So you
something
guys have
into
some
this.
stuff you want to look into. You want to check out more stuff about this book. You might be able to go to a library and do some hardcore investigation there. You still need to catalog stuff in Abigail Wright's apartment. That is still a part of your cover story. It's something, if nothing else, that you need to do to make the FBI happy.
Yeah, I think we should spend time to do that today for sure. After, well, I don't know. What do y'all think? Before or after we confront Roger?
Probably before, in case it gets hairy for Roger.
Mm. Okay.
Can I bring Jeremy to help with the cataloging? Like the handler.
He's like your familiar.
You know what?
Just set him off in the corner.
You know what? Why not?
Oh,
Why
no.
not?
Jeremy's gonna get got. He's gonna get.
He's gonna get
doing this,
got.
man.
Why the fuck not? All right. Yep. He's in. You page Jeremy. He calls you. You tell him to meet him at this address. When you guys show up, you show up in a U.S. Marshal, probably not like an SUV. Those aren't as popular in the 90s for law enforcement. You show up in like a sedan, like a plainly colored like maroon sedan that has government plates.
Hold on. This is a terrible idea. He would not be able to bring Jeremy on this covert ops, like editor-in-chief doing his
Do
moonlighting
you
shit.
want to bring?
I think it could
Do
be
you
fun.
want to bring
though.
him or not?
could be
I need to
fun.
know right now.
Fuck.
I think he'll probably die. But that would be fun.
All right, bring him. We're
All right,
bringing him.
you
That's
guys
fine.
pull up, and Jeremy is standing there. He has like a satchel, which Benedict knows is probably full of all the work he has to do, and he's standing there, kind of bouncing like on his heels, waiting. He sees you guys pull up, and he kind of double takes at Benedict getting out of the car. He says, "Oh, Mr. Farthington, I came. Is this the
Good to
right
see you.
place?"
Yes, 100%. You are right in the right place. We have a special assignment today, Jeremy. I think it'll be a nice break from your work.
Hi. He holds out his hand to Hank and Benji, and Hank.
Oh, don't worry about them.
He's like, "Oh, okay." And by the way, you guys are
Oh,
now
you-
hearing.
You don't need
You
to
guys
worry.
are now hearing as this young man, like, I don't know, did Benedict tell the other two that the PA was gonna be here?
No. No.
So this guy,
Uh,
this like young 20-something guy is here, and he just called Agent Matador a Mr. Farthington.
Oh shit.
Hmm.
Oh, fuck.
Well, Mr. Farthington, I guess we appreciate the
Mhm.
help. You can just call me Molasses.
Okay, Molasses. That's fun. That's different.
And I meet you. The more the merrier.
Oh, okay. And he looks at you, Benedict, with like, what is happening?
All right. That.
Can I
that's
put like
enough
a?
flip flapping?
Well, I don't. Maybe I got something for him. Can I find like an extra large like FBI coat and just like slap it on him?
He looks at it. He's like, and like, are you guys wearing like FBI, U.S. Marshal like gear?
Yeah, Benji is.
He's like looking at you,
Yeah, I guess.
Benedict, and is like,
Jeremy, come here, my son. He takes him aside.
okay.
All right. So this is something that is a bit of a personal hobby of mine. I
Impersonating
enjoy,
federal officers?
what I like to. Oh no, this is. Have you heard of cosplay, son?
It's the 90s. I don't know if that's a popular term yet, but sure.
Damn.
Oh.
Well,
Okay.
For those without an imagination, Jeremy, just stay focused on the task at hand. Don't ask too many questions. What we need to do is we have a lot of stuff that we have to catalog. We need to organize this stuff. You know how on your desk you have all your pencils in a straight line, all your little erasers in a straight line, all the papers in a neat little stack? We're pretty much doing the same thing here. We're doing it for a couple of friends. You don't need to know anything else. And in fact, if you say any of this to anybody else, Jeremy, there'll be dire consequences. You must know this.
Am I gonna be fired?
Jeremy, yes.
Okay. I mean, I've got a lot of other stuff that I'll do it. I'm ready.
Fine. You can fit it in. I've seen you do more than this, Jeremy, friend. Smack him on
Alright, okay, let's do it.
the- Let's go in.
He
and-
gives Hank and
Takes
Hank and Benji a look that kind of says, "Help me," but just follows Benedict.
It's a nice fellow
So I'm
right
gonna-
there.
I love the inclusion
Somehow
of the
being that-
unexpected inclusion of an NPC in any adventure. This is not going to be a complete shit show.
Nah.
Isn't he one of your bonds
Yep.
too?
Yeah.
Oh God.
What happens when one of your bonds dies? Can't wait to find out.
He's
I'm
gonna be
sure
fine.
he'll
You
be
guys don't have
fine.
enough faith in him.
So I guess he'll take Abigail's room, look through that stuff, organize it best he can, and we'll head over to Roger's apartment again. Does anyone want to take the lead on what exactly we found?
Well, I assume you guys are going to deposit poor Jeremy in the apartment. When he does, he's just like, oh no, oh there is oh God, and he's looking at everything.
Jeremy,
What am I?
I hope
What
those
am I?
those are groans of excitement, my friend.
Yeah, are we? Yes, Mr. Varlington. I'm sorry. Are you looking for something? What do I need to do?
Jeremy, we need you to take each of these items, assign them a label, and put them in a tight little bag. Simple as that.
Okay. Is it dangerous?
Jeremy, what are you afraid of?
Rats?
If there's a rat, you can shout, and I'll come and deal with it personally.
Okay. I imagine just the camera as you guys are leaving the apartment. The camera's just like on the doorway, and Jeremy's just standing there, like holding a satchel, and looks pleadingly at you as like as the door closes on him.
And I lock him in. I lock him in. Hear the sound of the bolt, double bolting.
Benji's like,
Is he gonna be okay? He seems weak, almost subhuman.
Oh man. All right. So
How would
What have
What
I
have you
done?
done?
how would Benji feel like taking the lead? I feel like me and Mr. Farthington might have left a bad impression on this man the other day.
I call me Detective Pine.
Well, I can't say I'll do that, but you can take the lead.
and I just revealed my last name. Okay, going great. Yeah, we walk down to Roger's room and give a brisk knock on the door. Let him know we mean business. Right up.
He turns around.
No
and
shave and a handshake today.
Hank gives his nod of approval at the knock.
It's a good knock. In a moment, comes to the door is Roger Karoon. He is. Let me see if I can. Let me pull this up. You can see his picture is there. Let me zoom in on it a little bit. If I can figure out what I'm doing in my life. There we go. So there's old Roger Karoon. I really feel like I'm still not saying his name correctly, but whatever. He comes to the door. You see the peephole darken for just a second, and then he opens the door. He goes, "Oh, FBI agents, yeah.
That's right, Mr. Caroon. My name is Agent Meacha, and unfortunately, in this case, I can't say I'm pleased. We got a bone to pick with you.
Whoa. What? uh, I is everything okay?
Well, no, sir, it's not okay. We were in the basement yesterday carrying out our investigatory.
He stumbles over his words, trying to think.
And we found a floppy disk. And do you know what was on that disk?
No.
I'll tell you. Some interesting literature.
Uh, okay.
It's a short story, and the events in that story were eerily similar to what's going on in reality. But Miss Abigail,
Uh, I don't follow.
I'm saying you somehow predicted exactly what was going to happen with Abigail, and you described our likenesses before you'd ever met us. How that happened?
What?
Agent says, will you beat up that floppy?
He pulls out the floppy and are we still at the
We'll say you
doorway?
guys are still in the doorway.
Are we inside? And he holds up the floppy disk
He looks.
and he says, "Does this sentence mean anything to you, son? Smooth is the hand that makes the world, and steady is the mind that grasps it."
No. No, that's. I mean, that's good. Did you write that?
Son, we are done playing games. Want to intimidate him?
Alright.
Is this just human int, or is there actual
Well,
intimidate?
there is no intimidate skill like in other games, but give me like a persuade or a charisma roll.
Persuade.
If that's better for you.
Persuade is 20% 50 with a check mark that I failed. Where's straight up charisma is 1365, so maybe charisma? Right?
There should be a little number beside charisma.
It's score 13 times in the times 5 column at 65. Okay. Critical.
All right. 44.
Dude, I am killing the rolls
44
today.
under 65. By the way, also, I forgot real quick. Sorry to pause this. Go to the bottom of your sheets. And at the bottom of your sheets, click under all your skills. Click the update button. That will give you your increases in your skills that you failed.
Nice.
Sweet.
Under skills. I see a skill percentage.
So down at the bottom of the box that has all your skills in it, there's a line, and then it says update on the far right.
Okay.
Just
cool.
click that. It should untick all your boxes and give you and roll the dice automatically for you. Give you some little bonuses.
Persuade was the only one I failed
Yeah.
last time. But cool.
So
Okay.
this guy is, I mean, he is like shaky. He's like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know what you're talking about. He's visibly shaken. And like looking at him now, it looks like he's wearing the exact same clothes he's wearing yesterday. Like, and it's like that smell of like BO, like he hasn't been out. And there's even like a slight smell of like alcohol on his breath.
So, damn, a critical. So he might literally know nothing. Do I think he's like off his rocker?
Like having fugue states when he's writing or something.
Yeah.
I mean, you need to do like a psychotherapy roll for that. That is like pretty specifically in that realm.
Does someone have psychotherapy roll? I have a 10. Does anyone have better than? Surely someone else has better than.
No, I'm also got a 10.
What the fuck? We can't just leave it like that. I mean, he might not know anything, but we got to search this place. I said, son,
Roger.
this is enough to take you downtown. I suggest you let us look around a bit.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. Like I've never seen that. Like I have seen ones like it. He's talking about the floppy disk. He's like I've seen like a floppy disk, but that's not I don't know. I don't have any floppy disk in the basement. I'm
Roger, it's okay. Roger, that's fine, son. Don't stress. I have simple questions for you. You should be able to answer simple questions, right, Roger?
Yeah.
Roger, who is Mark?
I don't know. You know, I went to high school with a Mark. Like, I assume at this point you was like come inside, and he's like sitting there, like, like holding his bathrobe closed, like looking very like cowed, like beneath your glaring stares.
So you don't know who Mark is then? Roger?
I don't know him. I don't know a Mark.
Mark, who is Mr. Castaigne?
I don't know a Castaigne. What is that? Is that Italian? Like what? I don't know.
Custodian.
What about Sammy? You know a Sammy?
There's a Sam. I know a Sam. He's not here. I mean, I don't know. I don't know Sammy.
Son, you know something.
I don't.
You have a book. You have a book called Night Sea.
Yeah.
And in this floppy disk, in your personal possessions that we went through in the
You
basement,
went through my stuff?
it has a. That's where we found this.
Well,
son.
I mean, you intimidated him, so he's not gonna give you shit about that. So.
Yeah. We had. You have. Are you not working on a story called Night Floors?
No. No, night seas. I'm working on night seas. Well, I haven't decided what to call it. If it's Reloaded or Revolutions. Night Sea. I 2 just seem not Night Floors.
Roger, it's very clear that you are an imbecile, and that's fine. Don't be ashamed, my son. Roger, do you know the contact details for the apartment manager?
Yes.
Or do you know where your apartment manager will be right now? It's very important to our investigation, and the more you help us, the quicker we'll be out of your hair so you can go back to whatever this is.
I mean, I know, you know, Art Life runs the building. Give you their number, the office.
Art Life. They're the ones that you go and show them your art.
No, Art Life. They're like a co-op, like a housing co-op. They offer you know, housing to artists in the city. You know, it's like
That's what's going on.
it's like
here.
to try to, you know, they help artists afford places to live. You know, like
How did you apply?
I by mail because it's 1995. I went into the office and got an
But
application,
You're,
and
I see. And that's for writing, right?
yes, I
Writing.
am an author. I'm not like
Hmm.
I'm a pretty well-known.
Let's get those details. Thank you,
All
son.
right, he gives you the info for the Art Life office. Where their office is
I don't know if
located
we're
and
gonna get
whatnot.
anything out.
We're just barking up the complete wrong tree here.
Totally. Like, I don't even know if the manager or Art Life is even aware of what's happening. Something.
So we need his contacts, or we had got the contacts
Yeah.
for this, or at least the address for this nightlight. Dude, there might be something fucked up going with that. Like they're luring people into this like this spot and then doing something screwy with them.
Yeah.
I think we need to ransack this whole place though.
Okay, if we do that, what are the possible consequences?
I mean, you see what evidence we have against him.
Not really evidence when you think about it.
But it is kind of. It's enough evidence for the
Gonna run.
U.S. Marshals.
So, Brad, I'm trying to destroy him emotionally and psychologically. We can't also destroy him physically. Like that's overkill.
Well, not him, but just his
Seems
apartment.
excessive.
But are you guys gonna search his apartment, or?
I think we should.
So okay, so Benedict would know what you're trying to do, and maybe he would take Roger aside. Say, Roger, let's have a drink, you and I. And he's going to try and distract him out in the corner by drinking at 10 in the morning with him.
Yeah.
So he may not notice.
I got no other leads. I guess I'll search the apartment too.
All right. You guys start flipping the place over. Give me a search roll, all of you.
And she got a 25 under 50. Wait, no, 32 under 43 success.
Hank got 50,
Benedict
or got
failed.
25 under 50. All right.
Benedict was distracting.
Right.
Roger.
Yeah, Benedict, you weren't able to do anything with him because, like I said, you were kind of distracting him. So, as you guys are looking through, you find a. It looks like Roger Caroon does a lot of his work on a electric typewriter. But as you go into the back room, you find a computer. We'll say Benji finds it. Benji, you walk back there, you find a. No, let's say Hank. Hank, you go back there, you find this computer. It's, a click of the button and it boots up and whatnot, and on it are many files, all labeled things relating to night seas. And they appear to be chapters of, you see, it looks like a book that's completely finished. Maybe that's the book he was already talking about. And you see, that he's been trying different things. You see notes written. You see places where he's printed them out and X'd on them. One of the things you find in a drawer as you're looking through, you find in the back of the drawer, just underneath, not like hidden, just underneath some junk, you find a box of floppy disk. And they match this floppy disk. They are the same brand, the same color of floppy disk, and there maybe even are some floppy disks there that have things written on them, like chapter 1 through 10 for editor, like written on it or something like that, and the handwriting looks to be the same.
Benedict, bring Roger in here.
Some over.
And I say, listen here, you little tick turd. Explain this.
He looks at it, he's like, I just explained what?
What is this box of floppy disks doing down here? And why do they match this one in my hand?
I don't know. I've never. And he's looking at it. He's like, I didn't. That's not mine. That's not mine. I don't. And he seems to be having a bit of a breakdown. He's like, I don't.
I mean, we've already intimidated him. What can someone want to try to calm him
If you
down?
guys
Here's what I'm
want to,
thinking.
if someone wants to give me, you can all give me a human int. If you want to kind of see, we can get an idea of what this guy's deal is. Is he just lying super well? What's his deal? So we got a 92.
Benedict fails.
Fuck,
Yeah,
92.
92, 92, and 56 all fails. As far as you can tell, he is just not. he doesn't know what's happening. He seems confused, and like he might be starting to crack.
I'm not gonna lie, son, this does not look good for you. Frankly, yo ass is grass, and I'm about to mow it. And I'm gonna get on a phone call with. I'm gonna see if we can legit take this guy in. He's lying to us. Like this is like there's like I can't. I want to call. What would I want to do? What do you guys want to do? Like call our handler,
The
Marcus.
detective?
The
No, let's call the
detective.
detective.
I think we should call him up and like try to legit arrest this dude.
On what grounds?
That we found this floppy disk in the basement. We read it. Basically, we don't want to go into all the occult details because that is a Delta Green thing. We obviously know that we don't want to tell him about the hand that blah blah blah.
I will let you know this.
But
you as Hank would know this. You guys had a good reason to go into Abigail's apartment. You had even a good reason to maybe go into the basement and look into Abigail's things. Searching boxes that are marked with other people's names that live in this place would be a search without a warrant. Would constitute, you know, the violation of and there goes power in South Africa.
no.
Nice.
It would constitute, you know, an unlawful search, and that even if this was evidence that Detective Guardanda would be interested in, it would be inadmissible in court. So,
We can take the floppy disks and see what's on them. Maybe
Oh,
there's
for
some
sure.
more occult stuff.
Oh, for sure. But we need to figure out what's going on with this dude. I mean, here's what I'm thinking right now. He's involved. He might not know he's involved.
Jean, you still with us, or are you just moving around? I think he is.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm still here, just moving around.
In the dark.
I'm gonna say, here's what I'm gonna tell. I kind of want to just, okay. Do y'all want to let someone else know about this outside of the three of us? And if we do, we know it's not like legal, but I guess what we'd be getting after is some more insight, which I don't know what we could get from the detective. Maybe we should, at the very least, call Marcus.
Yeah, and keep in mind your objectives. Discover
Yeah.
the new supernatural,
'Cause
neutralize the supernatural, and placate the FBI.
there's definitely, yeah, there's definitely some supernatural elements, and I don't know if we could explain this whole situation to the detective without cueing them in on more supernatural
Right.
activity.
Yeah.
Benji also got a successful roll. We'll say that Benji, while you're in there, or while, you know, like Hank's in there and he's talking and he's like grilling, that you pop in there and Hank is grilling Roger about these floppy disk.
Mhm.
And you meander back in, like as that's going on, you kind of walk back into the kitchen, you start opening the drawers, you open the cupboards. You open the refrigerator. You are not incredibly surprised, after everything you've seen in the apartment thus far, to see several bottles of alcohol. It looks like Roger,
Yeah.
you know, is a bit of a drinker. But two things stand out to you. One, right in front is a like a 1 pound container of hamburger meat. You know, it's like the styrofoam with the plastic wrap over it, right? Like a traditional kind of thing.
Okay.
And there's a label on it. And the label, and it doesn't really catch your eye for a particular reason, you just happen to see it. The label says, expires June 7th.
Okay.
Second thing you see is in and amongst the alcohol bottles, and there's a few, it's like not like in the back or anything, just in and amongst them, you see a bottle that looks a little bit different. You reach for it, and it's a bottle of wine that has had the cork put back in it, and it seems a little out of place. Like I said, it wasn't hidden. It's got about a quarter left in it, and it has some writing on it. I don't think Benji speaks French or anything, but it's like you could probably make out that it's French writing. This bottle,
Okay.
it looks to be a kind of a fancy bottle of wine. I don't know how. I don't think Benji really runs in a lot of like high class circles. Like, you don't know if you've ever seen like such a fancy looking bottle of wine.
Is that all that sticks out about it?
It just seems out of place in and amongst beer and vodka and things like that. It looks odd. It looks very expensive. It looks quite old.
And what is today's date?
Today's date is August 11th.
Sorry, what was out of date so much?
A container of hamburger meat, a pound of hamburger meat. But the thing is, you would expect.
So the disappearance was around the 4th of June.
Yes, when Abigail.
So it's close to the date of the disappearance.
But the meat, you know how hamburger meat looks when it goes bad? Turns gray.
Yeah.
It's pink. It's still pink.
I don't know what to gather about that hamburger meat, but the wine bottle sticks out to me like he has had a visitor.
Benji will uncork the wine and take a sniff of it. Does it smell like
Smells
wine? Take a sip of it.
Tastes like wine. Tastes really, really good.
My, what a vintage.
He'll. I guess he'll ask him, Roger. He's like,
Now, where would a piece of shit like you get a bottle of wine like this?
He looks at it. He's like, I don't know. I don't know. I must have picked it up somewhere.
Dude,
Right,
we're gonna
real
have to.
helpful.
I'm trying to help you out, Raja. Now, this is your last chance, or else I'm gonna have to talk to my colleagues, and we'll have to take matters into our own hands. You understand this, right?
Yes, I'm trying to
mean-
cooperate. I don't know what you're talking about.
I think I say, okay, son, sit here on the bed, calm down. I'm gonna gather everyone. Listen, fellas. I don't know exactly what protocol is, but this man has had some interaction with whatever's going on here, whatever reason we got called in here. I think we should contact Marcus, and very possibly we might need to black bag this fool.
Benji takes that in and he's like,
I hate to say it, but I think we might have to get our hands a little dirty.
and at that moment, he has a flashback. And he actually sees his hands covered in blood. And he looks distant for a second. And then he snaps back.
He's in the pitch black of Clarksdale, Mississippi.
Yeah,
in the pitch
exactly.
black, like on a white gravel crossroads, like how the back roads are graveled with white rock.
Yeah, and like you can feel the oppressive humidity. It's like you're fucking swimming when it's that way in Mississippi in the summer. He's just like soaked from head to toe with sweat and yeah, bloody red
Yeah.
hands.
I mean,
Yeah,
honestly,
flashback and then he comes back.
I mean, I'm not gonna say this all, but honestly, at this point, this guy might do more harm than good.
Yeah.
He's
What does Benji think about
Do you think
this weird expiration date on this meat?
Yeah, well, he's gonna ask Roger about it.
Roger, get your ass over here.
He comes in, still holding his back.
What do you tell me about this meat?
And he gives it a slap.
He's like, I just got that.
Explain this expiration date. It expired 9 months ago.
Well, June, July, August. So not that long.
Benji's not great at
With time.
time. Give him a break.
He looks at it, he's like
good at other
he's like
stuff?
I just got that. I don't know what you I don't know. And Benji, and if you point this out to the others, anybody else who looks in the fridge sees that the milk has an expiration date in early June. Everything in there, eggs, everything. Everyone make me a sanity check.
Jesus. I'm assuming the milk like doesn't smell bad or something.
You open it and the milk does
Oh, we
not
got
smell
the crazy
bad.
milk.
Jesus. Fell.
Sanity check for expired groceries.
Critical success.
Wow.
Alright.
That's a critical.
Yeah, it's an
success.
86 over 65 for Hank.
Feel soothed by this entire situation.
It's
Benji got a 42 under 50, so success. Not crit.
Yeah, Hank fell.
Hank.
Probably from the lack of sleep.
Well, you know,
It's
that's part of
just
it.
enough to
Hank,
crack him.
you're looking at this and it just doesn't make any sense, and it's just it's weird, and it seems weird. Take 1 damage. Like, you can't wrap your head around what is going on here.
From the 65, I'm minus
Yeah.
1. Is that what you're saying? Okay.
This is like this encroaching strangeness. About that time, you all hear this sound. It sounds like this huge blast of just cacophonous sound, just boom. It blasts. It's not loud enough. It sounds like it's coming from outside. It sounds like it's coming from somewhere else in the apartment building. It's huge, and even though it's through Roger's door in his apartment, it's like still uncomfortable, and it almost shakes the walls a little bit as you feel it reverberate through you. And you hear Jeremy screaming.
Oh
What
no.
what in the good shit?
We run. Benedict runs.
I think Hank's gonna stay there with Roger.
Jeremy!
Y'all go find what's going on.
Jeremy, no!
Jeremy, no!
Yeah, Benji's gonna follow too, but I'm actually gonna take that wine and the meat.
And take with you. Okay, you run, and you hear this like, and as you open the door, the sound is still going, just, bah! And you run to the door,
It's coming from the room.
What did you do?
and as you
fool?
throw open Abigail's door, the sound suddenly fades. It's boom. It sounds like someone laying on the horn of a car, like it's transitioned into a different sound. It's no longer loud. It's no longer shaking you. What do you think Jeremy's sanity is? What's Jeremy's what's his
fine.
power stat? You think a 10? Think he's a regular human with a power stat of 10, or you think it's lower than that?
Jan Sand.
He has to deal with Benedict, so it's probably quite high.
All right, let's
Or it was.
let's do a quick
Santoni.
roll. Let's do a quick roll for old. All right, that's a fail. Jeremy is laying there in a fetal position, Or no, he's not in a fetal position. He is at the door, or he's at the window. He's at the window with both hands on the window and is just muttering. And you see in his hand is a piece of paper, but his face is plastered to the window and he's staring out.
What happened? Can we even talk to him?
He points. He's pointing out, and you're there with him, Benedict?
Yeah.
You look outside and you see that there's a cab, and the cab is like honking, and you see the cabbie is like flipping off, and has his windows rolled down. He's like shaking his fist and flipping off this. It looks like someone like walked out in front of him and he was honking his horn at him. It's this. You see the back of what looks like a shaggy homeless man wearing like the old school American military fatigues, the brown and green ones. Like, you know, like a lot of homeless people wear, like stuff like that. He's walking and you see his hair is all long, and he's walking away down the street and looks like he's about to go in an alley, and around his neck is what looks like a boa constrictor, like hanging off of him, like he's carrying a pet snake, a gigantic snake, as he's walking across the street. And Jeremy is just like he's just got his fingers stuck to the glass, and in his other hand he's got a piece of paper, and he's just
Benji snatches the paper out of his hand. Looks at it.
All right, you do. You see this. Yeah, it's probably.
This
Probably
is the
about the right
symbol
size.
we're looking for. The fuck?
Let's see, is that? Let me bring it up on the. Whoops. Hold on, let me get.
Can you make it slightly bigger? Just ever.
Yeah.
Looks like a
You can zoom in on it.
coat
too.
of arms deal.
Yeah, I'm zoomed in as far as I can, I think. Okay, cool. It's an NPVRSO. Around.
Or PURSON, person.
Yes, person spelled with a U.
Oh.
Remember that critical success on that occult roll?
Not 5 minutes has gone by without me thinking of it. Yes, I remember it.
As you are looking at this, you know what this is, Benji. You know that this is a hold on. I'm trying to wrangle the freaking trying to wrangle the stream while I'm doing everything else. You know this to be a symbol that is typically associated with demonology. When you were doing research for your encounter in Clarksdale, and then after that, when you were doing research for your dissertation, you've come across these things. It's this old ritual that is supposed to be about summoning demons, and this is something that you have probably messed around with a little bit yourself in the unnatural encounter that you've had. You recognize, like, you don't recognize this symbol specifically. You don't recognize this symbol specifically. You recognize the layout of it and that kind of things. I would even go so far as to say that you actually know where to find information on this. And luckily for us, we're in the 90s, and where the technology is not quite as developed, but the internet is growing. And if you would please check out in the Roll20 chat, there is a site that I would like
What?
you to go to. Benji knows of this site.
Okay. Demon
Demon
Web
Web
101.
Demon Web 101.
Oh my god.
Very convenient.
This is cool.
Um,
I'm assuming she has like
so imagine much
computer
of this
department.
comes from Benji's memory. Like Benji can tell you that this is a this is a ritual, or this is a seal for a demon. Like these, and the history of these rituals and where they're published. That Benji, it comes to your mind too. The Ars Goetia. That this is also one of those, like this is a ritual that would appear in something like that. And the invocation, like maybe Benji did this invocation or something very similar to it. It involves sealing yourself inside this what's called a Solomonic triangle, which is this triangle with the names Anaphexiton, Anaphanaton, and Primanumaton all around the outside, sealing yourself within this symbol, performing a ritual that is described in many occult texts and is actually described on this website, and Benji is fairly familiar with it. If you scroll down, you'll see that there is a list of part of the rituals. You have to get inside the circle, you have to say a bunch of things, and then you have to pronounce the name of 72 demons. And then at the end, you inscribe the symbol of one of these demons in order to supposedly summon them.
I'm just busy looking at all of the different demon symbols. This is fucking crazy. Is this something that was made just for Delta Green?
I believe so.
Is this?
That's cool.
Right?
That's awesome.
Isn't it awesome? Like, these guys are out of control, man. These guys are nuts. Anyway, but so Benji knows that, and let's keep in mind, Jeremy is still losing his shit.
He'll be fine.
Benji.
And I will also say,
Benji's
say
like-
that coming out of one of Jeremy's ears is a small trickle of blood.
Jesus.
Oh, he's not going to be fine.
Oh,
That's a
person.
problem.
There it is.
So what does it say about person?
Person.
Where'd you find this one?
On the list of 72
yeah.
demons, just look at the P's.
P-U-R. Yep. And that's the same. Yep. Person is a
Person
great...
is a great.
Go ahead.
You go ahead, bro.
You go ahead. It's your character's good.
Person is a great king of hell, being served and obeyed by 22 legions of demons. He knoweth of hidden things, of lost treasures, and of all things past, present, and future. Occupying either a human or aerial body, he answereth truly of all secret and divine things of earth and the creation of the world. Person is depicted as a man with the face of a lion, carrying a ferocious viper, and riding a bear. Before him, there can be heard trumpets sounding.
Jesus.
Oh no.
Jesus.
Oh no.
And at
Is that homeless person a
and at
demon?
that
That's what it's
at
pointing
that
to.
bombshell, that I think this is actually a really great place. We're well past our 3-hour mark. I think
Jeez.
that is a good
Nice.
place to wrap things up for this session.
That's fucking cool.
That is
Oh
cool.
man.
It's got some hereditary vibes now.
Yeah.
So,
His favorite.
Oh god.
so yeah,
Poor Jeremy.
poor Jeremy, man. Like,
He's such a good hard worker.
Payman
So,
is on
we-
the list.
Huh? Damon?
Payman, the demon from Hereditary. Payman's on there.
Oh, I see it. Yeah. Wow.
That's cool.
Yep, and it's the same like wealthy symbol, dude. Jesus. There's actual that like. Well, now this is like a legit fucking like demon from like whatever
Yeah.
shit. Bible.
You don't understand. This demon's real.
These are real ones.
I mean, like he has his Wikipedia page and
Right.
everything. Wow.
But yeah,
Creepy.
yeah. So you guys have things are getting a little bit weirder and a little bit weirder.
Man, I got
I
a
mean-
call at the same phone call. My character was
Yeah.
having a phone call. I saw a dragon in the background of John's video, wherever he was originally.
Yeah.
There's some creepy shit going on.
So we have to enact this ritual, right?
so
Oh my
obviously,
god.
Online. Online.
yeah. All right, guys. Well,
I'm gonna read this whole
yeah,
website
man.
later.
Well, we'll go ahead and call the stream there. But anyone who ever deigns to listen to this garbage, thanks for tuning in, and thank you guys for playing with me today and listening to me while I spout my madness.
Tune in next time for us to
Awesome stuff.
enact an actual.
Tune in next time to hear the players get like just elbow deep into some sick demonic ritual that they barely understand.
I don't think there's a demon out there
Science.
that could possibly be crueler than Benedict.
Right. It's impossible. Alright, well thank you guys for listening, and join us next time. Might be a little bit of a delay for the next time, because I'm going to be going home for Thanksgiving, and I'm going to be, so we'll figure that all scheduling some other time, but yeah, thank you guys for listening, and join us again soon.
Peace.
Green Box Gaming.
Green Box Gaming. I just want to take that sound bite and make it our sound. Just Dace Green Box Gaming.
I could try to
Let's
do
go play
the
out.
a theater. What do you fucking call this? Preview voice. Green Box Gaming.
Yeah, that'll do it.